We are now in a different part of Shakujii Castle, and this is the park, the part of the park you may want to visit when you have kids, especially when living in Tokyo. So in summer, kids come here to catch butterflies and frogs and stuff. And there's also a playground and some nice flowering trees. Let's book it. That has nothing to do with plum or cherries. It's a quince. Yeah, so here's the natural part. Well, they try to be more natural. Okay, seems like if you catch American lobster, what's it called? Crayfish or so? Then you can put it in the box because they don't want it here in the pond. The other parts of Shakujii Castle I have shown you from my bicycle, but here the natural part is forbidden to enter with bicycle. So I parked it before and now we will go here. And I haven't expected so many people here actually. Of course, the bird photographers are here. They are always in parks and gardens. You can already see that this looks completely different from other parks I already showed. It has some similarities to the Institute for Nature Studies. I have already introduced that one too. The crows are very excited. I wonder what happened. So you probably know all the famous Japanese castles. like the Himeji Castle. And of course there was also a castle in Tokyo, the Edojo. But around that there were a lot of small fortifications. I hope it's called like that, fort fortifications or something. And they are also called jo, like the huge ones, but they weren't that huge. And here we have the remains of one. That's the Shakujii jo. And if you want to visit Harry Potter statue tours in Tokyo, actually you're entering also a former castle park, because there once was a castle too. In the Edo period, the place where now the Harry Potter statues are, and also here, they really were the outskirts, far away from the city. So it's still quite different here in these areas of Tokyo than the areas more inside. This is beautiful. Magnolia flowering above the pond. So nice that they are leaving something like this old tree, and now other plants are growing outside. Good. Really like it. We are now coming to a small Benten shrine. These shrines are always on an island, or whenever possible. maybe this is the Benten shrine. No, this is a temple. Okay. Sometimes it's not clear. Ah, because this is Shakujii again. So probably this is Shakujii or some pavilion of Shakujii. Before the Meiji restoration, Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples weren't that much separated. But then they had to be separated. So we still find a few remains where we have a shrine on temple grounds, for example. In Ryoanji we still have that. And Benten is also a Shinto goddess, but also a Buddhist deity. But I really do not know who they worship in this temple building. I would need to read it up. I just read a little bit on the plate, but that's only about the pond. Okay, but here it says ginger, so shrine. Oh yeah, and also, oh, I'm so stupid. I looked back if there's a torii, and I didn't see one, but I have the most obvious sign in front of my face. So these white paper strips are of course a sign for a shrine, and when you look over there and on top of the stairs you can also see the torii. Here it's even announcing a Matsuri. Yeah, stupid me. I still haven't had a coffee. I will get one when I'm going back.
あ、広い意味では記事。ただし、中国の記事。見たことない。本当は普通はいない点なんで、飼ってた人がいますよ。そうですか。There was a man who showed wanted to show something in the mountains, in the hill, here, small hill, and I first only saw the pigeon. I was like, oh, okay, that's a common pigeon. But then there was a pheasant, And I asked how it's called in Japanese, and then he explained that this is a Chinese season and they didn't used to be here, but people who kept them released them in outside. So just a common pigeon. Oh yeah, and now they are here. I'm always happy when I see people enjoying nature. So that was a group of older people who met to study the plants around this area. And you saw the place where the water was coming up. And I remember when I first visited that somewhere here was a well. And now I'm a little bit confused. If that's the water's coming out from a spring, an actual spring, or if they are pumping water inside here. I will need to look it up, but probably I'm too lazy. Here too, means water's coming out. This could also be a river. When they built the city, they put a lot of rivers underground. Some they dried, so there are no rivers anymore, but others are still existent underground. So it can also be that this is a river that's usually underground and it's pouring here into the pond. It's such a beautiful day. I don't want to go back into office. But I'm almost once around the pond. I think soon I will prepare my stuff again in a way that I can work outside in the park. But for that, the rain has to stop. I already saw memes where people were asking what season we have now. Winter, spring, summer, or rainy season. Because the weather's changing so much. So maybe this is the well I remembered. I really have to look it up. You can already hear it. We are close to the children's playground. Yeah, since I'm slowly coming to an end of this walking tour, I would really like to know if you're visiting Japan, maybe not for the first time, but for the third or fourth, would you come visit such a place that has a little bit of history, a little bit of culture, but is nothing more than nature? Would you be interested in visiting such a place, or would you stick to more touristy areas? I'm really curious. So please let me know in the comments. So the video is already very long, and I think I will end it here. I hope you liked it, and if yes, please give me a thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Bye!